What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today I got a bunch of builds I got to work on, so I'm going to do a little bit on each. I got this 2024 High Country Duramax that I kind of got all together in the last video, got it running and driving, and pretty much fixed any leaks and stuff I had going on here. But I do have another big issue with it here. It's not the end of the world, but it does kind of suck. I'll show you here when I fire it up. And I got a problem with the turbo actually. So unfortunately, when it got in the crash, it actually the airbox got smashed and it must have sucked in some plastic, because I had to pull some plastic out of the turbo before I fired it up here. So when it's just idling, it sounds fine, but as soon as you kind of rev it up, you can hear it kind of like screeching. And I'll show you a video here in a second of like what it looks like on the inside. I just can't get it on this video. But if you fire it up here, everything sounds good. I had a heck of a time getting the air out of the system on this too. So it was kind of running crappy. I fixed a few grounds, and now everything sounds really nice, but besides our turbo problem. So unfortunately, I'm probably gonna have to pull the cab to fix this, but I'll show you here. Just let it warm up for a second. But as soon as you kind of rev it up, it kind of makes this little bit of a screeching noise. So I pulled the intake tube off the turbo there, and I looked down in with a camera, which I'll show you here right now. And I looked, and a couple of the fins are kind of like bent over. So I don't really want to drive it like this, and also it sounds pretty bad. So I'll just rev it up here. I don't know if you can tell on the video, hopefully, but so you can hear that little bit of like a whining noise, and that's actually the turbo blades. I think there's two of them that are bent. So I think the only way to fix that, and to fix it right, is to change the whole entire turbo. Unfortunately, they did have one in stock, or not in stock, but it's just overnight. So it's Monday morning now. I'm just gonna order it up, and then tomorrow I can pull the cab, I guess. And I mean, I probably could do it without pulling the cab, but I think I can probably pull the cab faster than I can try to change this all together. It looks like kind of a nightmare. Like, I've done it before, but it's not any fun. But anyways, I'm gonna go to the farm today. I gotta paint the front bumper for this. I gotta paint the one fender. And then I also have the fascia I need to paint. And then I have some stuff I need to paint for another truck. But I'll show you a couple other projects I got here. So I bought this, I already showed you the Camaro. I got this Audi A3, it's a 2022 that I picked up a couple weeks back here. This is that 2024 one. I put the 6.2 liter in. I got a 2021 RS, or this is just an RS, just a half ton. I got to do a little bit of paint work on this, and then that one's pretty much wrapped up. I picked up another Tahoe. I've actually never done Tahoe before. This is a 2020, I think, Tahoe, and it's actually a clean title, which is pretty sweet. And it's pretty much fully loaded. So I'll have a video on that later. And then I got to finish up this. It's a 2016, I think, and I pretty much got it all wrapped up. I just got to do a little bit of paint work on this one, and then that one's all done. And then I have this one. I won't show you too much about this car yet, but this is a 20 can't remember, it's a 21, I think, or 22 Porsche Macan, and I was throwing on some new rims and tires on it. And then we got this this is the 2022 Chevy half ton that I did a frame swap on a little while ago here. So I got a front bumper at the farm to paint. I got to paint the box, and then also fix a little spot on the back of the cab here. So it's got a little bit of a ding. I'll have to fix that. But this one's pretty much all wrapped up besides the bodywork. So I'm just gonna load up, head to the farm here. We'll paint all the black panels for this half ton and for my High Country there. And then I won't be able to paint the hood quite yet because I can't haul it back. And then I also have this I saw it in the other video, but this is another 2024 High Country Duramax, and I did actually pick up a new cab for this and a box. So I had to go pick this up next week, and I was hoping to take this truck to go pick everything up, and I also need to take that truck to the border because I got a bunch of parts for the Porsche and for the Tahoe all at the border. So I'll have a video on that later. But anyways, let's just load up here and head to the farm. Alright, so everything's scuffed down in the booth here, and some epoxy sealer over top of everything. So I got the front fender for the High Country, front bumper for the High Country and the fascia for the High Country, and then this front bumper is for that half gen that I drove out here today. So I'm just about ready to, I just wet the floor down. I'm ready to put some base coat and clear coat down on here, and then we'll check it out when it's done. All right, so yesterday I finished all the paint work for this truck. Obviously, I still need to paint the front door. I need to blend that. It's got a couple little dings in it. And then on the back of the cab here, it's got a little ding, which so I'll probably just paint this uni side and the front door there. But anyways, I went and picked up a brand new turbo for it this morning. So this one is all good to go. And I just need to swap that out. But unfortunately, I did hook like everything up already and bleed out like the coolant system. I didn't charge the AC yet, but I guess anyways, I'm gonna pull all this apart. I'm just gonna pull the cab off because that'll be way easier to change the turbo and everything. I'm sure you can change the turbo in the truck here, but I don't want to do that. I'm just gonna pull the cab off because I just had it off anyway, so it shouldn't be too bad. It's already noon now. I was hoping to have it done today, so I guess we'll try to find out. I'll probably take me about 2 hours to pull this cab off here, and then I mean, once it's up in the air, it's so easy to change the turbo. But anyways, I guess I'll pull this cab off here, and I guess you already watched me do it, so I'll just kind of fast forward and skip through until we have the cab off here, and then we'll get a video changing that turbo. Alrighty, so I got the cab pulled off here in just under 2 hours here, so it's about, yeah, just 2 after 2. And yeah, this is gonna be so much easier doing from the bottom here. I'll just pretty much gotta take these covers off, downpipe off, and yeah, there's really not a ton of other stuff you need to take apart to get this turbo out of here from the back anyways. And I guess I'll have to take that horn off, but you can pretty much just slide it off the back here, and away you go. So also, when I was messing around the other day, I had this cover off the side here, so I can just pop that back on just because it was kind of a bugger to do from above. So I knew I was going to change this turbo anyway, so I just waited for that. So I guess I'll just start pulling these covers apart here, and I'll get this turbo out of here. All right, so now that I got the turbo out here, you can see the fins that they're bent pretty good. I'll see if I can give you a light here. So I mean, probably was fine, but like it definitely would have been out of balance a little bit, and down the road would have probably caused some problems. So might as well just get it fixed up now. And yeah, if you went and straightened that one out, it definitely would just break right off, and then just send that piece right through the motor. So that luckily there's no actual pieces that are missing off this. So we should be good here. And then on the front intake horn, I was actually able to pull the, cause on this horn right here, on these, you usually got to pull like the AC compressor and everything off, and the belt off and all that stuff to get these two bolts. But I just actually loosened the turbo, moved it, and I was able to get a socket in there and get that. This is the one you can't get, but I just scooted it over there. So I guess I'll just throw on some new gaskets, a new lower gasket here, just put new gaskets on everything, and throw this thing back together. But yeah, it was really easy to do it this way. I mean, it took like an hour to change this turbo over once you have it all off, but I mean, really all I need to do is just put the cat on the back here. There's one tube on the bottom, and that's about it. I don't know if this has, if that sensor's on the new one. I'm assuming it would be. Oh no, it actually is missing, so I'll have to swap that over, but everything else I think is on there. So we'll just throw some new gaskets on here and see if I can fish these bolts back in, because these ones are kind of a bugger to get, and same with these ones, but it's not too bad. Just gotta have a magnet anyways. Alright, so I pretty much got it all finished up yesterday. This morning I just had to top up the coolant, the power steering, and just wrap up a few little wires, but for the most part, it's all wrapped up now. I'm still gonna have to top up this transmission fluid because I had obviously the cooler apart, and I need to run it and get it up to temp to check that fluid. But we got the old turbo out here and it's all changed, so we should be good to go. But I mean, you technically could probably change that propeller on this, but they weren't available, and it was actually pretty reasonable for that turbo, so I thought, what the heck, and then this thing should be good to go. But should be ready to start it up for the first time now, and make sure it's all good. So we'll just hop in here and fire this thing up. Tire steering's a little noisy, but I just gotta put a little more power steering fluid in there, but besides that, everything sounds pretty good. And I haven't hooked I still need to put the cab bolts on and then hook up the shifter cable. That's pretty much everything underneath. And then also the one tie rod end on the passenger side where I got hit, it just had a little bit of play in here, so I'm going to change that tie rod end too. But for the most part, it sounds pretty good. So I'll just get it up in the air here, bleed that power steering fluid out, and change this tie rod end. And then I guess we can start installing some body panels on this thing. Alright, so I popped on the front fender here and the headlight, and also put in the shutter here, so should be able to take it for a little spinner on the yard here and make sure everything's all good. So, and then you can rev it up a little bit and make sure that turbo and everything's sounding good. But it sounded pretty good when we first started up here, so let's jump in here. That sounded way better, so everything should be good now, I'm pretty sure. And we'll yeah, that feels pretty darn good. And the tranny actually just really nice. So I'm curious to take it out on the highway and give it a little bit of a spin. But I'll probably take it for a wheel line tomorrow. I just gotta run to the farm and grab like the front bumper and also the fender for it. And I guess I haven't painted the hood yet, but I'm probably not gonna paint the hood for maybe tonight. I'll paint it, I'm not sure yet, but so it's looking pretty darn good and it's sounding way better now. I got all that stuff fixed on it, right? So yeah, pretty much just this passenger fender, the wheel well liners, the grill, and the one headlight and the bumper, I guess, is pretty much left. And I do have to fix one little there's one little wire that's busted right here on that connector, but for the most part we pretty much got this thing wrapped up. Interior is so nice on this truck. Just needs a real good detail. look at the window from, I don't know if you can tell, but from the airbag going off, it's got like this powder or something. I don't know why. It usually used to break the front windshields when the dash airbag goes off, but on these, the new ones don't seem to, but which is kind of nice. Yeah, and luckily there's no damage to the box or anything, so it's easy enough. Alrighty, so anyways, that's going to be a wrap for this video. I'm going to go grab the painted pieces tonight, and then probably tomorrow I'll put this truck all back together, and then I'm going to head to the States with it. You go to the border and pick up some parts for a few cars there. So anyways, thanks for watching, and tune in for the next one. Peace!